What's up guys, Joe Parfanuk here and welcome to my YouTube channel. So today's video is going to show you exactly how a 7-figure Amazon seller live sources for profitable products. We are going to be using my favorite sourcing method, which is using the Keepa Product Finder. Going into 2024, it's important to learn how to use this tool because it's becoming more and more the go-to choice for Amazon sellers. This is because it allows you to filter out the bad leads, only leaving you with the good ones. So with that being said, let's get into the live sourcing tutorial so you can see how a 7-figure seller utilizes this tool. And as always, if you got value, please drop a like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys for watching. Let's get into it.
What's up guys? Welcome to the live sourcing tutorial. So I'm going to essentially live source from scratch. So the idea here is that we are going to find sellers that we can reverse source from with the Keepa Product Finder. And if you have no idea, no products to go to like source from and find these profitable sellers, then here's how I would do it if I literally just had no idea what I was doing. Essentially, you can use these filters and it will help you understand which products are arbitrageable, and those are the products that we're looking for. So essentially, we're going to start out with one category. So we're going to only source grocery today, and this is helpful for beginners because a lot of beginners like to start with grocery or household, stuff like that. So I'd recommend picking one or two specific niches, especially when you're starting out sourcing. So how you can do this is with grocery, you want to stay under around 90, 80,000. So we're going to pick 90,000 as the 90-day max offer sales rank. So basically 90,000 means the sells around 70, 80 times per month. And you got to get familiar with the sales rank for each category because beauty at 100,000 is around 100 sales per month. Household around 100,000 is around 100 sales per month. So you want to get familiar with the sales rank in each category. And then like video games, for example, is a lot lower because it's a smaller category. So 20,000 is around 100 sales per month. So you want to get familiar with all of those. This is the first filter I would keep. And then you're also going to, since we're sourcing here as a beginner, you can source with Amazon in stock, but I would recommend if you're just starting out with sourcing to put Amazon out of stock, or if you're pretty new to it, it's hard to compete with Amazon unless you know what you're doing. There is a lot of opportunity, just to let you know, FYI, with Amazon in stock. But for this case, we're going to have Amazon out of stock. So now we have 14 million, which is definitely way too much to go through. So the next thing we're going to do is sort by category. So here's the root category. We can click grocery and gourmet here. That gets us down to 190,000 products, which is still a ton. But the next thing we're going to do to help weave out, so we're looking for arbitrageable products here. And simply, we are not actually looking to source these products because it's still going to have a lot of products. We're looking for something that can potentially be arbitrageable, and then we can start to reverse source these sellers from there. So let's say we do 25, an offer count of 25 to 50 sellers. So typically with arbitrage, you're going to see around 20 to 50 sellers or so on average on a listing. So that's why we're going to stay in between this bucket here. So we can find listings that are arbitrage, and then we can reverse source the sellers on the listing. Obviously, you can find profitable products here. I guarantee you, if you went through these 1,400 products, you probably would find at least a couple profitable. So yeah, but that would take a very long time. So we're going to just, for the purpose of this video, reverse source sellers. So we have all the filters set up. And just make sure you stop and write these filters down if you want to conduct this search on your own. So this is how we would run it. And then we click find products. Looks like we have a lot of potential like K-cup type of things. So this definitely could be arbitrageable. This possibly could be retail arbitrage just because of this is a larger K-cup box. This could have been at Costco. So I wouldn't pick that one. Usually like the smaller size are typically for arbitrage, like online arbitrage. The other one could be retail arbitrage. This was a seasonal product here. Obviously, this is not going to really do that well. We could actually see it does pretty well even outside of, it starts to taper off around February, March. So this could do well for January. So here we go. We got something that's like a 12 count, which could potentially be something pretty solid. It's like relatively larger sellers here. But these are all types of listings that you could potentially go through and find people that do online arbitrage. And what you're going to look for is sellers that have less than around 200 reviews. It's usually around 20 to 200 as you want to stay in between that range. If you go below 20, you're going to find a lot of beginners. You don't know where they're sourcing these products from. It can potentially lead to leads lists and tanking and stuff like that. So I personally prefer to source sellers who have a little bit more of skin in the game and have been doing it for a while. But this is definitely a list of products that we can potentially reverse source. So this one looks like a potentially good one to reverse source sellers from. This listing looks like it kind of tanked a little bit, but there's definitely some potential here. So we can see that this product definitely sells very well as well. And we got a bucket full of sellers here that we can potentially reverse source from. So ideally, like, you want to see Keepas relatively like this. You know, we have a very, not necessarily, this is a pretty stable Keepa, to be honest with you. Just right now, it's not really looking that great, but historically, it's looked pretty consistent. And then you know that this is selling very well as well. The offer count's going down. So we can go through the sellers in this list and see if we can get this profitably, or not even just get this profitably, if we can find profitable sellers. So I'm going to click on the listing here, and we're going to go through some of these sellers here and see which ones we can get to reverse source from. So we have one right here with 22 reviews, 136. Looks like there's a bunch of arbitrage sellers on this listing, especially when you see sellers with 4, 3 reviews. You can see that they're definitely doing arbitrage or retail arbitrage. Got some new sellers in this listing mixed in with some wholesalers. So like 1,600 reviews is going to be a wholesaler probably. This too, 112,000 reviews is probably a wholesaler. But right off the bat, we had about 3 or 2 sellers. We can find one more. Prime Merchant, a little bit lower than what I said. I don't like to source sellers who have a very negative review. Like, I like to stay above 80% in terms of reviews. So we got this one about 80%, 46 reviews here. So these 3 sellers we can go through. If you're a new seller, I'd recommend picking about 1 or 2 stores to go through. This one's a little bit of a larger store. It'd probably be harder for sellers to go through. But right here we got 20. We got around one that has like, I forgot what that first one had. I think it was around 40 ratings or 20 ratings. So these both have around 20 ratings. Could be a good store to go through. So we'll click see all products and take a look at their products first. And then I'm going to back click so we can go back to Keepa Product Finder. And then once we back out of here, we're going to hit advanced filter to save our filters, even though actually we want to clear the entire form here because we want to redo the search. Because we're basically doing a different search now after finding these sellers. So looks like we got some backpacks and Nike stuff in here. Selling a lot of vinyl. This looks potentially decent. They don't have that many products. What we can do is reverse source this seller here. This looks like it can potentially be good. We can also throw this in here too. So what you're going to do to demonstrate this is click this seller ID. Actually, sorry, I clicked the wrong one. That's the marketplace ID. You want to click this one here where the letter ends. So you don't want to hit and. Don't include and in there. It's going to be A5 to TV. And then we're going to copy and paste that in to the seller tab here. So now it's only showing listings that they have And you notice that because we get a lot lower of a search. We don't have 1,000 products. We have 12 now. So we have that one seller, and I've decided to add in the other seller that we were looking at. I'm going to include them as well because there's not that much. Usually you want to get around 100, 200 products before you put in the filters. So we have this seller as well. We're going to copy and paste them in right before the and sign. And now we'll add that in. So we have 37 products now. We're going to add this seller as well to try to get a little bit more. They're selling a lot of Nike. This tells me that they're probably doing arbitrage. And they got a Stanley Cup in there. Shows that this definitely an arbitrageable store. Personally, these are the types of stores that I source from. It's a little bit overwhelming, obviously, for a beginner, but I would definitely say like going for like 50 to 100, 150 reviews is going to give you like really good results if you're more of an experienced sourcer watching this video. Obviously, work your way up there. So we got 99 products, which is pretty solid. That's around what I said I would like to have. So since we're doing a broad search with all the categories, we're going to do 120,000 as the 90-day average. So we have 69 products now. We can click Amazon out of stock, gets us down to 46. So you can see how this can cut it down in half when you're reverse sourcing another seller. It can really cut it down in half. And the objective for you is to try to find a couple sellers that you can reverse source from regularly because it helps to have them saved. So you can save this entire link right here. And also another thing is this is a Walmart exclusive. I just kind of noticed that. So that's definitely available at Walmart. So that's a good sign. You can save this link in like a Google Sheet or something. And now you have their storefront forever. You don't want to just save their name because then you can't, if they change your name, they're not going to find it again. So we have 46. And one else thing we can do is also narrow down to try to get rid of some wholesale products. So we can do 8 sellers to around 50. And the reason is like usually if it's less than like 8 on a 90-day average, it's probably going to be more wholesale or brand direct type of thing. So it's 38 products now. And we got the 3 sellers in the seller tab here. So the search is ready to run. And we just run the search. And now we start to reverse source. So I can show you how I'd reverse source this product that we were looking at before. So I'm going to pull up my seller amp and going to click the Google button. Now we're going to look for this. So it looks like it might be $10. TikTok Shop is selling it for $8.99. That's interesting. So this looks like a potential place to buy this from. Want to make sure it packs up. It's the light, matches up. I mean, it's the light gray. So that does match up what we're looking for. And we can see if there's anywhere else we can source it from. One thing is I love to go to the website because potentially, one, you can find wholesale. So here's like a wholesale option. And you can create an application here as well. It's not accepting check back in 3 to 4 months. So you could save this and check back in 3-4 months for wholesale, but that's how you would go to get wholesale, just as kind of a sidetrack thing. But one thing you can do is you can check where you can buy this product at. So sometimes they'll give you multiple different websites, but this is like a confirmed place that you can buy it from. So it looks like you can get it for $7.29 here. And just to like say this is like keep checking this listing. Like you can save this to a Google Sheet and you can check back here because if you can get this at $7.29, this can definitely work out. And looks like the buy box price is like $23.80. So this is with the prep fee in there as well. Wow, that's pretty good. So I would definitely save this link. And then there's another one here. So you can get 10% off at this website. So it would actually get you down to $9. So let's see. I have a prep fee in here. So what we want to do is deduct my prep fee. And I'll show you what I mean here. So if I go into like you can upload this within the seller amp settings if you have a prep center. but you can add it into the settings, and there's a prep fee here. So I want to deduct that because it's adding to my cost, and there's a miscellaneous cost, which is my virtual assistant salaries. So if you're running without a prep center or anything like that, then I got to deduct this so you can see what your actual profit would be without a prep center or having any virtual assistants. And the miscellaneous cost is just so I can kind of like factor in their salary without actually, or finding a way to factor it in without actually like putting it into a buy cost or anything. So 22% margin here at 23.80. So that was at, I believe, yeah, so that was at $9. So you can get it from this website at $9, but we want to run a legit check because I don't know if this website is actually legit. Something I would definitely do. And we'll just copy and paste that in. Get rid of that Y. I usually just put like legit. So like you could see a Trustpilot came up, a SiteJabber came up. So look at the Trustpilot. They are a verified company. And there's a lot of negative reviews. A lot of saying that there's expired stuff and no communication. There are some good reviews. I would more say like this is like a tread at your own risk type of thing. But one thing that you know that you're not going to get necessarily scammed is that they're a verified company. So like they were registered through Trustpilot. But it looks like they just have some issues. I would definitely do like a test order if you plan on buying this from this company and see how it goes. But like it doesn't look very good considering a lot of these reviews are negative, and it's got a 2.2. We can look at the other one as well. There's SiteJabber. There are some more positive reviews here. So it could be worth a risk potentially to like do a small order and see how it goes. But yeah, so that's profitable there. So this is essentially how the search would run. And I always look for like wholesale opportunities while I'm doing OA. So I'll click CCS wholesale and then obviously reach back out, maybe like leave a note on the sheet, reach back out in 3 to 4 months about that. And then obviously save this link to this website because $7.29 is a really good deal. So that is definitely profitable there. And we can keep going obviously for a little bit longer so you can kind of see more sourcing tactics as well. I'm always checking multiple websites, trying to see if there's a sign-up code, discount code, anything along those lines. So there's another listing here that's very similar to the one. So this could also be profitable as well. So we knew we were getting it at $8.99 or $9 from the other website. So we can also just multiply by 2. Obviously, I have the prep fee and everything. So this could be profitable without my prep fee and my virtual assistant salary. So it looks like it's 15% margin. So this is an alternative listing. It's just a 2-pack. You'll have to bundle it together. But this definitely looks very good too. And there's a lot of room for upside. Actually, if we zoom in, looks like if you FBA this, you can sell this for $38, $78. So it's 20% margin actually if you FBA this. And this got shipping costs and everything factored in. This is another good lead. This product's actually pretty solid. It looks like a good trend to hop into. But yeah, that's another one. I always like to look at similar products of the ones that I was already sourcing. So if I see something I already found profitable, I'm going to check a similar type of thing. So we got another one here. This could be an alternative listing. It could be the same product. It looks like it is the same exact product. It's just an alternative listing. Now, I'm not sure if this one is going to work out. It could have been factored in with the no buy box here, but it looks like it was way more expensive here, and now it's $20. So let's see, though. We're getting it for $9. It could potentially be profitable, 9 to 19. And obviously, if you can get it profitable at the other website that I displayed, then there is definitely potential. So I'm going to deduct the prep fee again. It was $145. No, that's not going to really work out. That's close, but definitely something to watch out for. But yeah, essentially how this would go is you'd continue to go through this entire list and just go through these products one by one and then identify the commonalities here, like as what like you see that keeps popping up as far as like if it is arbitrageable, if there's any trends like the salt, like those Celtic salt things are just seem to be doing very well right now. It could be just viral on something, who knows? But this one doesn't look very good. It looks like it's way lower than the historical trend. And it looks like it's going down, so the price should rebound soon, but you definitely don't want to make an assumption here. So that's something I kind of would either watch out for later or just kind of skip over. So we have some hoodie here for Nike. We can try to see if we can get this profitably. We go to Google. Is that? No, this has got a hood. You want to double check. Let's see, actually. This could have a hood. This is a hoodie t-shirt, so this is probably not the same. This looks a little thicker than a hoodie t-shirt. I made that mistake before where I've ordered something that is not actually like it's just a t-shirt. It's not actually a hoodie. So $55.97. If we can get like a 20% off on this as well, I don't know if Nike's running a sale. But if Nike starts, let's say Nike runs a 20% off sale, $55.97. Maybe we can make this work with 20% off. So I'm going to times it by 20% off. And I'm going to do $55.97 minus $11.29. That's actually at break even, so that's not enough profit. I would probably just exit out of this. I don't really see any other opportunities when we're looking in the search. So we would just keep going essentially, and this is exactly what I do to find profitable products. Obviously, these sellers might vary. I'm typically going through sellers that I already know and just continually going through their storefronts because I know that they're doing OA. I know that I'm in like direct competition with them, but I'm using the product finder to make things a lot easier for me, and it'll definitely make things a lot easier for you. So I hope this video helped, and we did actually find 2 profitable products within 20 minutes, so that's awesome. Obviously, this is on a YouTube channel, so buy at your own risk with those products. They could see an increase in offer count. But yeah, hope this helped. And now you can try to implement this on your own to find profitable stuff. And as always, guys, if you got value, please drop a like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you on the next one.